Welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm Georgia and I am so happy that you stopped by today. We are going to be making a card using our leftover paper scraps. I know you've probably seen this, but we hope that we can give you a little inspiration with some new designs. Let me show you one that we already made. See, just the leftover scraps. So nice. And then of course we did something on the inside. We have 3 more to show you, but let's head down to our crafting table. Let's get started making today's card with leftover scraps. You will need a base card that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then you're going to need some leftover paper, right? Well, I just want to show you what we did. When we took our 12 by 12 paper and then we cut it so that we would have mats to go on the cards, and this is the strip that we were left with. So as you can see, we have lots of scraps of paper, right? And I want to show you this other set that we have. Oh my goodness. So we have lots of paper that we can use for our card. But we decided to use a red base card and then some beautiful zebra and some white paper. Now remember, this is just scraps. So if you pull out a scrap and it's not the right size, get out your trimmer and just cut it smaller or use the bigger one that you have. But what we decided to do was just have different sides, and we are going to make it a diagonal card. So ours is going to start like this, and we are going to just put our strips of paper all the way down. Now let me show you a little trick. You can, if all your strips are different sizes and you don't know exactly where you're going to place it, you can put glue on the back of each strip. But what I decided to do as kind of a shortcut is I'm going to put some glue, and then I'm going to put my strips down. Now, not over the whole card, right? No. But I know I'm going to start about right here. So I'm just going to put some glue. And it'll take up more space than this, but that'll get me started. And I'm using my silicone mat because if you get any kind of glue on here, it just balls up and then you can wipe it right off. And I don't want to get my table dirty, right? So we're going to start, and we're just going to lay this down at the very top of my glue point, and I have it, right? Now I'm going to stamp after I get everything laid down, and I'm going to put this right up against. It's a different size, and I think that's good. And I think it's also good to have different colors and then have a solid color, right? I think that's really pretty. Oh my goodness. You know, I love red and zebra, red and black and white stripes. I love it. Now I can tell I need a little bit more glue, then I'm going to go past that. So I'm going to get my glue down. I do love my stripes with my red. Oh, I just think it makes such a statement. And because I'm using wet glue, you have a little wiggle room, right? So now I need to decide, do I want to end it or do I want to end it like, I think I'm not going to end it with the zebra because I started it with the zebra. So I'm going to go ahead and get that right there. Now then I need a black one. I still need a black one and a white one. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put just a little bit of glue right there. I'm going to put my black strip. And then I'm going to come in with my white strip. And because it's my last one, I'm going to just put the glue on the actual strip. And that way I don't have any glue left over. I just love this idea. The thought that we can take our leftover paper and we can use it, right? We don't lose it. Use it or lose it. And we don't want to lose it. So here we spaced it out. We're going to push it down to get good contact. And then all you have to do is bring in your trimmer And we are going to open it up just a little bit. And we are going to slide this all the way up to the top. And just line it up where you don't cut your card. Get this, we're going to dock our scoring blade. And then we're just going to cut that off. Now you have all these strips because they don't have glue on them, so you need to save that, right? We don't throw anything away. Look at that. And now what I do is, you can go ahead and use the trimmer if you want, but on this part that where it's bound on the side, I just come in with my snips. And I like to just go ahead and snip them off right there against it. And then I can take it and just cut it right there. And I need to cut just a little more. So I'm going to come in, make sure it gets snipped off. Now those I will throw away because they do have a little bit of glue. And look at that. Oh, I just love that zebra with the black and white and a little bit of gray in here. Now the next thing we need to do is you need to decide what sentiment you're going to use. Well, I am using this beautiful sentiment, and it's from Simon Says Stamp, and it's you. You're just going to love it. And I'm going to use this lovely lipstick, and I'm going to just stamp it up. And then what I'm going to do is just cut around it, and I'm going to bring it up using dimensionals, right? Okay, so we have that. Now I'm just going to cut around it. This is a perfect sentiment to cut around. It lends itself so nicely to just cut around it. And there we have it cut out. Now we're going to take our dimensionals. We're going to add them to the back. And I'm going to make sure I get enough in there so that it really is raised, but we don't want to see them, right? So I'm going to put one right there. I think that's plenty. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm just going to take off the backing. And then I'm going to just put it at a slant. I think that looks really nice. So we have it raised, and now I need to stamp something right here and right here. So I've already decided from that same stamp set, I'm going to say, you make the world a better place on this first one. No, I'm going to put that one on the bottom one because it's too long. Just going to hold it down. Get good contact because we want all that ink, right? And then I'm going to come in with You Rock My World. And we're just going to put it right here. And hold it down. And then we're going to cut a white piece of paper. And we are going to cut this mat 5 1/4 by 4 inches. We're going to glue that down. And I'm using my Kalel glue. I really like this glue. I'm going to put down my silicone mat again so that I can wiggle it. And of course we need to stamp something on the inside, right? So we are just going to stamp You're the Best on the inside. This is just a feel-good card, and we'll go ahead and put it right in the center. So here's the card we made today. You rock my world. You make the world a better place. You're the best. Just using our leftover paper, right, to create these strips. Then I showed you this one earlier. Now we lifted this up on dimensionals. We cut a little bit of banner on the side right here. Just used our leftover paper. And we put, I miss you a lot, I miss you a lot. You're the best. Now look at this one. This one's a little different. We added some rhinestones. We added the sentiment, you are amazing, beautiful inside and out. We put a little knot there. And then just put, life is better with a friend like you. All using our leftover paper. Now on this one, can you see that? We actually embossed the you. You are pretty amazing. And we left a little space in between these pieces of paper to let that purple show through. And then you, I believe in. That's a strong statement. And then finally we did something a little different. We grabbed all our sparkling glitter paper and we just used a different format. And look at, we lifted this up completely and we just used a piece of foam to lift this entire mat up. And then we just matched it with our glitter paper on the inside. What do you think about using your leftover paper to create cards? Now that we're all in the house for a little bit of time, this is a perfect project to involve yourself, be creative, but to also use some of that leftover paper, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, if you found a little bit of inspiration, would you please give us a thumbs up? We'd really appreciate it. And also, don't forget to subscribe so that you're notified on our next video. Well, remember, be creative in your crafting. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.